Hello and welcome to another update video about Solana. Solana sees a little bit of selling pressure, but overall rather neutral. But we've already seen a first reaction from this resistance area, or let's say target area here for both waves 3 and 1. After the price reacted here to the last support zone, it rallied and is now in the next, let's say, target area. From here at some point, we'd like to see a pullback in wave 2 or 4. That support area is already defined, but I already mentioned it in the update that I sent earlier today to members, to gold members. Did I actually send one today? I thought so. Maybe I didn't. Maybe it was yesterday. I think it was yesterday. Late. No, it was this morning. That I cannot confirm that wave 4, for example, in the yellow count has started until we see a break below 123.50. It is pretty much. So it's that last swing low. I'm going to zoom in a minute. So I'm very open to the idea that, yeah, we could have reached a local top there. But is it really a top? Further extensions are possible as long as we're holding 123.50. I will explain to you why. Most important is that, first of all, we understand our base case. The main thesis is still bullish for Solana, especially against the relevant support area here that I'm going to talk about. The main thesis is that a larger degree fourth wave finished on the 23rd of January. That hasn't changed in 4 to 5 weeks, so that's been very consistent. Absolutely no change. What has changed a little bit is here the microstructure. That's normal, especially if we are not dealing with impulsive structures, but messy diagonals or even corrective ABC structures. By the way, diagonals include ABC structures. It's just the question is, okay, is it the yellow count or is it the orange count that is currently unfolding there? So let's take a look at that. The yellow count, I like the yellow count. The yellow count could have shown a top now in wave 3, even though we have not yet reached the 1.38 extension in this third wave. So what we see here, this target range here, what I normally say is the minimum expectation for a third wave is the 1.236 extension, in this case $133.85. Ideally though, we reach at least the 1.38 extension, which means that if we now see a pullback from here, we reach the minimum target, maybe a little higher, but we reach the minimum. I'm happy to call that a wave 4. I don't fully trust it. If we stretch a little higher in the wave 3, I would trust it a bit more, because then it gives me a more healthy third wave. So hopefully that sort of is clear why the minimum expectation is sort of really the bare minimum, but questionable. Whereas ideal target, first ideal target is okay. Further extensions possible, often preferred in the third wave. Further extensions cannot be predicted. They just have to be assumed. It's just something that happens naturally in a third wave. But yeah, because we reached the minimum target for the third wave, I added a support area here that we can be watching. It's currently defined between 105.82 and 121.11. If we find support there, a fifth wave should send us higher. With that fifth wave, I'm not confident we get to 190. So if the third wave really topped here a little early, then the wave 5 might only reach 157, 167, okay? The wave 5 would also be an ABC structure, basically, because the third wave is also an ABC. In the orange count, we're dealing with a slightly different structure. It's based on a different, larger time frame assumption, and it's just an ABC structure that's unfolding here. However, that C wave, based on the length of the wave 1, could send us, I think, to 190. Both share one support area. I made sure to keep it as simple as possible. Both counts share a support area. The difference is going to be marginal. It's on the way up. We just are going to see pullbacks in different locations based on the count. It is impossible, in my opinion, at the moment to distinguish between yellow and orange. So they are both bullish. That's important. And the $105.82 level is the relevant support. Below that level, probably something more bearish is going on. But if we see a pullback, we can watch these fib levels for reactions, specifically 121.11, even though that would be shallow, probably more in the region around 116.40, 111.90, and 105.80. Also pay attention to the descending trend line here, slightly visible, dotted line. But it takes a break below that last swing low at, yeah, okay, it's basically $123. Here, this low that was made on Thursday to suggest that, okay, or confirm that we're actually in wave 2 or 4. Until then, we could see, for example, a small further extension. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, so that can always happen. Therefore, I really need to see a break below that low to invalidate that idea. Further extensions are possible. And actually in the third wave in yellow preferred. So I'm not entirely convinced that we started the wave 2 or wave 4. So I offer the support area already. But as I said, further extensions are still possible. And the move down looks corrective. So this is very choppy, corrective price action to the downside. That suggests further upside. The only question I think that we're dealing with here is at the moment, okay, is the pullback going to be, how deep is it going to be? Is the market offering us already the wave 2 pullback or wave 4? Or do we stretch a little higher? To be honest, the higher we go, the more I would be leaning towards the yellow count, because the wave 1 is already quite stretched there, yeah, in orange. So yeah, it's still bullish against 105.82. I think that's how we can summarize it. And the deeper the pullback, while respecting that support level, the better the reward to risk ratio for potential long trades. That's my update about Solana. Hope you liked the update. If you did, please hit the like button, leave a comment and subscribe. And if you really like the content, then please check out the channel membership. Also, make sure that you follow us on Instagram and Twitter for additional content. Thanks a lot for watching. Bye-bye.